Please welcome with me our guest, Engineer Chief Benjamin Oguntuashe. You're welcome on the program, sir.
Thank you very much, and greet all the people at home watching us.
My co-anchor on this program today is my colleague, Kayode Adegbile. You're welcome on the program.
Good day, viewers, and welcome to Puff TV Studio. Yes, sir, let me just take you on this. There is this insinuation making the rounds, around the town that Chief Segun is desperate to come back to the government house, probably to make money, the money he couldn't make in his first term. Do you have any objection to this?
No, cynics will also have their say in all this struggle as we are marching towards actualizing Segun, his dream of becoming the government again. These are the views of cynics. Well, the question is that as a governor, well, people say he didn't have the chance to make money or didn't make money. The fact is that if the idea of making that money in that method is not innate with him, he's not going to do so. It's not an innate quality of him to steal people's money. No, he believes that he is very much happy with what people say about him. He is somebody who is conscious about what people are saying, how people are perceiving. The public perception to him is very, very critical, and it is very, very important. And under that circumstance, there is no way that his mission is to come and make money. No, at all. For example, okay, he has held significant positions since he left as a governor of Ekiti State. He has been the Southwest chairman in the PDP. Then in APC, he was the deputy national chairman. That's the number 2 position in APC as a party. He was there in Abuja. I was there with him. So if the idea of leadership and governance is about making money, he would have made all the money he wanted. But that is not Segun for you. It is not innate with him to loot, to put his hands in the pie that does not belong to him. No, Segun has a passion for development of Ekiti people. And that is why in all he has been doing, he keeps coming back to want to do what is best for Ekiti. He had unfinished tasks. There were so many things he was doing as governor at that time, which were abruptly truncated. There is a need to relaunch Ekiti on a more developmental-oriented pattern, different from what we are seeing to this day. The people of Ekiti, he has passion for them and he wants their development.
Let me follow up on that question, sir. Segun was thrown out by the courts in 2010. And now, if you look at things from the public opinion point of view, people are now clamoring for him to come back 12 years later. What do you think is responsible for this?
If what he was replaced with was good for the people, if it was viable for the people, nobody will ask him to come back. The point of the matter is that people were overwhelmingly disappointed by what came after Segun. For example, there are so many things he was doing which were truncated. There was the issue of infrastructural development. Roads were being built. Ekiti was opening up to many people coming home to participate in activities in Ekiti. Security was very good when he was there. Water started flowing in 13 of 16 local governments in Ekiti State. Pipelines were being laid. Booster stations were constructed. Reservoirs were repaired. The dams were functioning. And all of these have been truncated by the mentality that those who succeeded they came up with. That is the council culture. This council culture has become predominant in Ekiti State. All the good things, they almost even cancel what was good. They almost cancel BSES to say that he didn't do anything, but they realized that he has actually reformed that station. So many things that he was doing, they cancelled. And there is a need to come back and sustain it. People of Ekiti are deeply, in my view, appreciative of the integrity in governance that Segun demonstrated.
You're pretty close to Chief Segun Oni.
Yes.
Let's examine his character a little bit more. He's known to be a man of integrity. I want to refer to the case, for instance, where he had to leave the security vote behind. You know, almost 1.5 months security vote. He left it. I don't see any other government that could have done that. As soon as the court said, stop being governor, he laid that money aside and handed it over to the incoming governor. What do you think that speaks about this character we're talking about?
There's some innate qualities of Segun Oni that are becoming manifest to Ekiti people. One is that Segun Oni is very humble. Humility is very, very evident in the way he behaves. Segun Oni is one governor, like, it does not matter how young you are, if you are a traditional ruler, and while he was governor, he prostrate for you. Everybody, they all know that. He gives the traditional institution all the respect. No, he's not the kind of government that will come and say, "Oh, Baba, we never hear him with those kind of arrogant boasts towards those institutions. Segun Oni is a man of deep integrity. Integrity is a hallmark. That is why after he left as a governor, look at the house he has in Ifaki. That is all he has. The one he has in Lagos, which he built before he was governor, he donated to the Methodist Church. Because he said, "Why, and how many rooms will he sleep in a night?" Just one room. So when you have humility, when you have integrity, you understand me, in governance and in life, these are very good qualities that somebody must be praised in any individual who has them. And these are Ekiti values too. Now, when you talk about, in good old days, I mean, a time was that our farmers, our parents, will leave what they are selling by the roadside. People who are coming from the farm will buy what you want to buy. They drop the money there. They put a small pebble on it to keep it there. No, nobody will go there and steal your money. That was once what was happening in Ekiti. It is not the same thing that is happening now. Ekiti has become a different place. Those days are gone. We only have nostalgic feelings of that. That is what happened in the security, in the case of the security allocation that you mentioned, security vote. The way it was is that on the 1st of every month, you get the security money. Segun had a policy then that in case there is an emergency, in case there is a serious situation, he will always leave 1 month with him for as a buffer. Now, he was removed in October 2010. He was suspended at that time, the September security. On October 1, he had been given the security vote. The September vote had not even been spent halfway. That's how he was trying to conserve everything. So when he was told to go on October 15, 2010, both the half of September and out of all of the October that he has collected, he gave everything that this should be for the government that is coming, for him to start his governance with. For me, that is what I understand should be the Omoluabi character in an individual. It's not how much of a talk, it's not how much of a crisis you can do, you can engineer, but the kind of integrity in governance that you can show. To me, these are what define the Omoluabi character, not the one that we have.
A follow-up to that is that record has it that in Nigeria that governors that were being given a second term opportunity come around, and by the time they are given that such opportunity, they disappoint the people, and that's one of the fear of the people. And they're very clear here on this.
You see, they say if you get second term, you are coming to steal, right? Again, like I said, these are the views of the cynics. We always judge people by what is innate in their character, what is intrinsic to them as individuals, the kind of values and virtues they espouse. Let me give you an example. When Segun Oni was asked to leave office, he was somebody with a disposition to want to loot. He will not go and then come and say in Ekiti. All the time that Fine was saying, Prime Minister administration was saying, Segun he stole 40 billion. Those who stole this. Oni was in the factory. So all the time. He said, you believe, because I had to respond to one of them when they said, Oni and Big Ben, they took 40 billion away. So I laughed. Because I then asked, I'm in Nicole, I've not gone anywhere. Segun is in the factory. Well, if you know we have stolen that kind of money, what are you afraid of? Tell the FCC now. Let them come and pick us. You understand? They search and search and search and search. They did not find anything. Then I asked them, if Oni built 196 kilometers of pipeline in his 3 years, if Oni built 390 something kilometers of road in his 3 years, if Oni built so many houses in his 3 years, if he funded education at this level, where he gave furniture, chairs and tables to all schools, primary school, junior school, senior school.
Another sector that benefited from the Oni administration was education. Many public schools across the 16 local government areas were renovated, while some were reconstructed. New set of furniture were provided for many primary and secondary schools.
In our school, we used to buy our shares, but now you give us shares, we're very happy.
The government undertook the free supply of textbooks to primary and secondary schools and paid 80% of the fee for students sitting for the senior secondary school certificate examinations in 2008.
He gave computers to the students who are in these schools. He renovated so many schools so that boarding can come back to education. I know Christ School, for example, he renovated our dining hall in Christ School. I'm from Christ School. He renovated Babambone, several houses there, you know, so that boarding can come. If he did all of this, how much is Ekiti money that he now has 40 billion to steal? And why would people, he gave tradition, this is the Segun that started that gave traditional rulers a car each. So the question is, what is left of Ekiti money that Segun now stole 40 billion? So I just laughed. You see, the people made this kind of very wide allegation. Oni has no intention to steal anybody's money. Oni is a man of God and is very contented. Oni is happier as a person to the extent that he's able to make other people happy. That is what drives happiness in him, not his own personal gains. This personal gain, personal wealth are not Oni's attributes. No. What concerns him, how are you able to pay workers' salaries? How many workers are going home with their salaries fully paid? How many pensioners are going home with their gratuities fully paid? Retirees, how many have their gratuities paid? How many pensioners are kept alive that are not dying on the pension line trying to collect money? You understand me? You know, how many roads are we opening up so that farm products can come to the market? We can go to the market and sell your farm product. How much money is the average farmer making? You understand? The traders, how is their business going? How many hotels are, what is the occupancy rate of our hotels? We are not talking of a situation in which you just build a hotel, you end up locking it up because if you don't have patronage. These are the things that makes Oni happy. This quality, these attributes of good governance, they are the things that make Oni a happy man, not how much billions he has in the bank. Oni is not that kind of person. It's just like me. I keep telling people, somebody like you, for example, I have no plan to be any house again in my life because if I sleep, I will sleep in only one room. So why must I steal money? But I enjoy giving microcredit to people who are in need. You give them money that can help their business. I do that in my own town, for example.
So we now say that in this forthcoming election, governorship in the state, we now say that among the top contenders that Segun is the best.
There's no question about it that Segun is the best. I don't want to go into personal issues here, but let me tell you this. First and foremost, Segun has a record that is running on. The other people, they don't have. The records, their principals, on whose records they want to run, the principals have not endeared themselves to the people the way Segun endeared themselves to the people. One of them, for example, was for a long time described as absentee governor. You know, he was a governor in exile that nobody even knew was running it at that time. The other one is notorious and known for brigandage and those kind of things. So Segun has a record that is running on. The others don't have a record. They are just new people. And the good thing is that Segun's record that is running on are records that have not been beaten. Oni came to office, the allocation to universities, the subvention to our institutions was an average of 29 million naira per month. Oni raised it to 130 million per month. That is how you do governance. That's how you govern people. But Oni is clearly the best among all these people.
Well, Chief, as you wind up on the campaign for, well, we're just starting, campaign for this June 18 election, what do you think are your biggest obstacles to winning the election?
No, the obstacles that, that the obstacles that have been typical of Ekiti elections, you are talking in terms of if the umpires are going to be free, if they are going to be fair, if they are going to be equitable. I'm talking of INEC, I'm talking of the security people. If they are going to do their job righteously as they are supposed to do it. That is the main thing that people talk about. But then, look, rigging is done where you are not popular. In the contest of today, the election that is going to be difficult to rig. Because the people are charged, they are motivated to support Segun and SDP. Try and rig anywhere, they are going to create a problem for Ekiti. And we don't want to go back into the infamous days that Ekiti has gone through before. And I hope those who are planning to rig, they are not going to bring us there. The other issue that we must talk about, and everybody who has a voice in what is going must talk about, is how we eschew violence. Thuggery, encouraging our associates and our followers to become thugs. It is not good. If you are a true Democrat and you understand the meaning of democracy, which is your right to choose without influence, without fear, without favor, if you are a true Democrat, you will not promote thuggery. But those who promote thuggery are those who are afraid they might lose. That those, for example, I hear some people will go, they collect PVCs and then go and hold it until election day before they start looking, are you going to vote for me, collect money, collect your PVC, go and vote. That is not democracy. If we have people who are still practicing those kind of crude politics, then they are not Democrats and they are not doing it any favor. People must have the right to choose without any fear or hindrance. Make your choice. Make your choice according to your conscience. Even spreading of money and other things is not democratic. It is inducement. And inducement is not democracy. We need to be very careful. And in fact, I would have expected, I'm going to be personal on this one, I would have expected that my good brother who has a PhD in history and other things like that, who also has a record of being a Democrat alongside of people like Professor Ole Soyinka, for that man's record. He's one of those who are going to leave a legacy of a good democracy in Ekiti, but that's not what we are saying. The party, the APC, is the party that is instigating violence all over the place. They've been attacking, they burn banners and posters in Ikole. They went to Ilobo, they were attacking people. They went to Efon. When Segun was going to Efon, you saw the havoc that they wreaked over there. All these are not behaviors compatible with good democratic governance. And Ekiti, because we are also known as the citadel of learning, Ekiti is a fountain of knowledge. But because they could not live with the issue of the implications of being a fountain of knowledge, they changed the slogan. I don't know what they call it. They changed it to something else. They removed the fountain of knowledge because they were not easy, they are not comfortable with the implications, the requirements of being a fountain of knowledge. You understand me? So they changed it. But being a fountain of knowledge carries its implications. You must be the leader in showing the people the way. You must be the leader in good adherence to democratic practice and governance. You must be the leader in good behavior and other things like that. That is not what we are seeing, but that is what we are going to restore. Even Segun, he becomes the governor.
Finally, Chief Mr. Ashe, we observed that a lot of people drifted from other parties to the Social Democratic Party. Don't you think you might have a case of too many cooks spoiling the broth?
Let me assure you, one thing we will not do is what APC did. This idea of politics without principles, politics without philosophy, politics without program. They will leave from one party with the winning party, they go and join another party. For example, look at the major embarrassment to the concept of progressivism in APC, when you now discover that PDP people are those who are holding all the offices in neck, from their chairman. Then can you imagine Omishore becoming the secretary of PDP of APC? You know, you from their secretary, from their chairman all the way down, the bulk of them are PDP people. Now, is that the kind of progress they are talking about? When you move from you despise a location where all the position you needed, you came to fill from those your despised location. Is that how to make progress? SDP will become a party of true progress. It will be rooted in ideology, not the kind of what we have now, where there is no ideological differentiation among the parties. There is no difference between PDP and APC as far as we are concerned. For example, how to define ideology? Let me give you an example of how to define ideology. A standard question will be, if you want to have integrity in your monetary policy and governance, economic governance, would the governor of Central Bank, will he be taking a partisan form to say he wants to run for office, and have the audacity to say he's taking us to court to go and find out whether he can run or he cannot run? Monetary policy of Nigeria? Can you imagine the chairman of Fed in the US going to say he wants to run either as a Republican or as a Democrat? Can you imagine that happening? It cannot happen. That is ideology. If they are ideologically conscious, it will have guillotined him immediately. Guillotining means that it will have a summary dismissal, not just that. Summary dismissal should have been given. What is the ideology? When you have appointed people who are ministers, all of them are collected forms. They are running for, they all want to be president. Yet they continue to serve in government. Is that how to run a nation? In other words, APC has no ideology that is good for us. PDP too does not have ideology. They are all the same thing. SDP will be the party that will make the difference.
G on the beat.
Segun Onini ṣe kó dúró. Àtọmọdé àtàgbà ta ló ní bò. Ekiti kété nílé lóko. Tẹ́ bá ti rí SDP ó ní kẹ́ dìbò fún l'Ekiti. Kò lè sí calamity bí Segun dá gómìnà l'Ekiti. Ká fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ pé l'Ekiti. Segun Oni ló lè ṣe bẹ́bẹ́. SDP ilé wọlé dé l'Ekiti o. Abọ́lọ́wọ́ ibi finally o. Tẹ́ bá tẹ̀ sójú Ọmọlúwa. Ilé wọlé dé SDP for you job opportunity o. Ekita to have everybody o. Tẹ́ bá tẹ̀ sójú Ọmọlúwa. Ilé wọlé dé
G on the beat.
Ogún ọdún ajá irin fàájì ní fẹ́ ṣe. Ekiti nílé lóko ẹ̀tẹ̀ka ìdìbò fẹ́ gbẹ́lẹ́ṣin. Segun Oni ti dé àtúnṣe Ekiti ló wọlé dé. Ọmọlúwàbí ọmọ tán sọ ló wọlé dé. Ekiti nílé lóko ẹ má já bára jà. Ìjọba tí kò bẹ́ wá o ẹ jẹ́ ká dára gbà o. Segun Oni ti dé àtúnṣe Ekiti ló wọlé dé. Iná máa wà omi máa dé. Italish owó máa pé.
Kò lè sí calamity bí Segun dá gómìnà l'Ekiti. Ká fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ pé l'Ekiti. Segun Oni ló lè ṣe bẹ́bẹ́. SDP ilé wọlé dé l'Ekiti o. Abọ́lọ́wọ́ ibi finally o. Tẹ́ bá tẹ̀ sójú Ọmọlúwa. Ilé wọlé dé SDP for you job opportunity o. Ekita to have everybody o. Tẹ́ bá tẹ̀ sójú Ọmọlúwa. Ilé wọlé dé ẹni tó lè ṣe ẹ ló yẹ ká fún. ẹni tó ẹ ló yẹ ká bọ̀lá fún lẹ́kìtì Ṣẹ́gun ní ẹ dìbò fún gánà dàùtì Àníkẹ́ dìbò fún bàtẹ́ dìbò á ti wọlé o ìfọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ Èkìtì àmàgbàdé o Ṣẹ́gun nídé ìwé wọlé dé o ìwé wọlé dé kò lè sí calamity bí Ṣẹ́gun da gómìnà lẹ́kìtì ká fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ gbé lẹ́kìtì Ṣẹ́gun òní ló lè ṣe bẹ̀bẹ̀ SDP ìré wọlé dé lẹ́kìtì o abọ́lọ́wọ́ ibi fáínàlì o tẹ́ bá tẹ̀ sójú ọmọlúwa bí o. ìré wọlé dé SDP for you job opportunity o Èkìtì to have everybody o tẹ́ bá tẹ̀ sójú ọmọlúwa bí o. ìré wọlé dé.
People of the Fountain.